Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that right now, currently at 12:26 around lunchtime on the east coast of Syracuse, New York, that it is fucking cold. What is going on, everybody? Welcome over to Lucas E. Allen Productions on YouTube and all audio platforms. Lucas E. Allen Show. Your podcast, your Wednesday, November 5th of 2025. Yeah, it's so fucking cold, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wearing my hood right now on top of my head. That's how fucking cold I am. Now, granted, not my hotel, compared to my friend's studio. He has a nice studio, his office he possesses me here. But my goodness, man, it's still fucking cold. I went outside today. It's still so fucking cold. It's not getting like in the 30s or anything. So beggars can't be choosy with that, but still, it is so fucking cold right now. It is very cold to say. I look at the temperature right now, but how he does like anything but like in the 50s at all. Let me just straighten out my facts right now, though. Let me look up Syracuse weather. Oh, it is 55 degrees. Then again, the humidity is like 37%. Maybe that's the reason why it's probably so fucking cold. Anyways, back to regular standard programming here, honestly. Welcome over to Lucas E. Allen Productions on YouTube and all audio platforms. Lucas E. Allen Show. Which your Wednesday podcast for your Wednesday, November 5th of 2025. As always, follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, Lucas E. Allen. Watching today's podcast on YouTube, hit the like button on today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button if you've done so already. Turn the bell for our post notifications and upload on YouTube. And always leave a comment. Link in my episode for your Wednesday, November 5th of 2025. Watch on Spotify. We do the same thing. Leave me a comment. Link in my Wednesday podcast for November 5th of 2025. And also a 5-star rating. Very nice as well. It's not on today's podcast, but there's not a lot to talk about. I only have one review and about 5 different news pieces to discuss. And I have 4 different news pieces to discuss. Obviously, your weekly, but your daily segment here in the podcast introduced to you all last Saturday. November 1st of 2025, your top 5 lists of the said day, to say the least. Now we're discussing first your WWE Smackdown, October 31st, 2025, your Halloween edition of Smackdown review. Be discussing that. It's a burp there, honestly. It's disgusting, I know. Be discussing that. Also, WWE Saturday night's main event was a ghost town backstage. Oh, joy. Oh, motherfucking joy. Not that it gets better for me for WWE's product here. Triple H, obviously chief content officer. I had a creative, if you want to call it that. You want to says things AI fucking creative, whatever, bro. I'm sure AI and ChatGPT book a better show when we get on Raw and SmackDown on a weekly basis, bro. What do you want me to say? And we'll also be discussing Triple H details, creative process, and developing WWE storylines, or lack thereof, honestly. We'll be discussing that. Also, on AEW side, update on MJF's film and schedule and potential AEW return. We'll be discussing that. Also, an AEW reportedly granted additional runtime for a special episode of Dynamite. We'll be discussing that. Also, obviously, your weekly segment here, and a daily segment on this podcast. Your top 5 list, my top 5 favorite Bianca Belair matches of all time. So it's on today's podcast, going to enjoy maybe as always conversation. Your Wednesday podcast, your Wednesday, November 5th of 2025 to say. It's on today's podcast to say at least. Starting with, you guess your WWE's Friday Night Down or Friday Night Smackdown. I'm going specific with the S here. Your Friday Night Smackdown, October 31st, 2025, your Halloween edition of Friday Night Smackdown. Which means your holiday-themed shows, as always, will be a dud of a show, if you ask me. At least knock on wood, but this show is not that great either, so knock on wood anyways, because I feel like knocking on wood today. Starting with Tiffany Stratton, the former, now WWE Women's Champion. Discussing why she's the former champion on your Saturday night's main event review for your next theme podcast for wrestling, obviously. Tiffany Stratton came down to the ring and called out Jade Cargill for a fight, but SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis came out to the ring and said that the doctors haven't cleared her yet. Cargill came out and taunted the champion a little to get under her skin, while security kept them apart. But, it's actually a pretty decent open. It was not that long, per se. Actually, kind of mind is just go the way before you leg, like start with your start Cody Rhodes or Drew McIntyre promo, or like an MFT segment. I mean, come on, bro, it's so fucking boring. Like, seriously, why would you? It's the same thing start. It's like we're Raw division shit. It starts the same thing every fucking SmackDown. Here, Cody Rhodes or Drew McIntyre's feud. Or they start with, I don't know, or the MFT guys and Sel Sikoa, not Jacob Fatu, Tala Tonga, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, JC Matoya Mighty. We discussed them in today's review, obviously, in a fucking boring ass matches. I feel bad for Motor City Machine Guns too, bro. This star is actually kind of blessed in disguise. Some of it starts as new on this show, at least a little bit, starting off with something new. You know, they feud but call many times, Jay and Tiffany, but still. I gave this a B. Actually pretty decent, bro. Not the best thing on the show, but definitely the second best thing on this show. Not that it was great, not that the show was great from here at all. One more thing good, I mean, get to boring shit, obviously. This is actually a good start, if you ask me. It's short and sweet, and this is pretty good, if you ask me. Give this a B. Discussing Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton match tomorrow. Maybe on a Thursday podcast, to say the least. Hopefully I can do a knock on wood. Moving on to Ilya Dragunov. The reigning defending WWE Men's United States Champion defeats Nathan Frazier to retain the WWE United States Championship. Definitely the best thing on this show here. Obviously, it's a better grade in the open segment. This gets a B+. This United States Open Challenge is Sami Zayn, Ilya Dragunov, or whoever as his babyface. So I highly doubt here United States Open Challenge he'll be doing it. So I highly doubt it happened, no. But this is freaking the easy one of the bright spots of Friday. Probably a few bright spots. Probably the only bright spot minus this week of Friday Night SmackDown. So I enjoy this. Nathan Frazier is great. So is Ilya Dragunov is even better. This was freaking very fun match, if you ask me. So my show gets a B+, you would say at least. But nothing in this show got any good at all. Nothing that got into a B-, I don't think, at all. I'm making sure, nothing came close to a B- on this show. There's a couple that's got like a C pluses and C's range, but still. That's not technically close to, I believe, B-. So let's go to two good things happening on this show here. Moving on to the more filler bullshit, boys and girls. To start off with your first filler match on this show. Carmelo Hayes defeats Kit Wilson. This, my friends, is an overall grade of a C-. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I think I pay attention. Why iota of a fuck about this match? I'm sorry, you came to the wrong channel on YouTube and came to the wrong podcast on Spotify. You came to the wrong damn channel and podcast, man. I'm sorry to tell you that. You think I can't pay attention to this? You'll be out of your fucking mind. Who the fuck cares about this? I started to show two good grades in Tiffany and Jade segment, and Ilya Dragunov and Nathan Frazier segment of the match was pretty good. Then you get more fucking bullshit fucking I don't give a flying fuck shit. Lovely there, Triple H. Yet you develop such creative storytelling. We discussed this today's podcast, obviously. You said built up such good creative storylines. Wow. Carmelo Hayes and Kit Wilson's a banger match, isn't it, right? Said nobody fucking ever, obviously. C- is your fucking grade. Shall we move on? Nothing this joke gets better from here, though. Move on to Alexa Bliss. The reign defends WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Defeats Nia Jax. A WrestleMania 34 rematch. The match never should have took place at WrestleMania. But when you think of Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax match, does that speak WrestleMania, boys and girls? I didn't know it doesn't to me. This match would be like basically like an NXT match, honestly. Maybe an NXT match, because they're both always world champions. But I prefer Alexa other than Nia, obviously. Remember, this game match, I ain't gonna lie, people. This gave me flashbacks of WrestleMania 34. And knowing everyone in their goddamn brains should obviously knew that was not the match to do at that event. at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. No one on God's green earth wanted that match. Nobody did! Who wanted that match? Nobody! Only Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax fans would have wanted that. Definitely not me. I love Alexa. I didn't like her then, but still. She's always been Sasha Banks, my girl, obviously Mercedes Moné, and Bayley for the Romans to that event. Not Alexa and Nia. And then those two women, Sasha and Bayley, should not have been in the fucking pre-show for a WrestleMania. Does that make sense to you? Because someone does it for me. If you're not going to do it for a title match, that's fine. Do it one-on-one. That's fine with me. No, you didn't do a one-on-one match. You do a fucking Battle Royal filler bullshit. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. That give me flashbacks to this. Not that the match was bad here. It still gets a C+. And right one here, Alexa Bliss, obviously. But still. C+ is your grade. Moving on to MFT. Lovely. Defeat Motor City Machine Guns on a massive losing streak here. This gets a big fat C. How am I supposed to care about this? Hey, Paul Levesque, whoever was writing AI or Chat GPT storytelling here, or lack thereof. How am I supposed to care about this? Like Motor City Machine Guns, can't stand MFT. That's a bullshit fucking filler faction I've never seen any. Oh my god, man, what is with this damn show? A big fat fucking C. Are we on to your main event, though, boys and girls? There's this bright spot for that, to say the least. The show ended with a contract signing segment involving Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, reigning undisputed WWE champion, which Aldis was out there to oversee an attempt to keep the peace. Rhodes signed a dotted line immediately, but McIntyre said he couldn't sign it because it was lopsided. Whatever that means, by lopsided from a result standpoint. Aldis said it was a standard championship contract and threatened to take it away, the title shot completely. McIntyre called it his bluff and said to get someone else as he attempted to leave. Rhodes asked him to sit down and said he knew what McIntyre wanted. He confirmed that McIntyre wanted to add a stipulation to the contract, saying if Rhodes was counted out or DQ'd, he would lose the championship. The Rhodes then said he was fine with it, and so McIntyre signed. This gets a C+. Nothing, and then McIntyre put Rhodes through a table. Or something like that. Fucking boring. I didn't care. I love both guys, and McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Obviously, Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes are freaking great. Cody Rhodes is a great storyteller, so is McIntyre too. There's not one single fucking feud match, or at least feud enough with this, made me care about this. I believe your highest grade was probably this segment with a C+. That's your highest grade for a Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes feud. Not that I have an agenda against either guy or WWE in general, I don't. But this was just boring. This was boring. Then the match at Saturday night's main event for November 1st of 2025. I couldn't care for that. We'll discuss the match in the next podcast. And the match in general is Saturday night's main event and Saturday night's main event in general, but still. How am I supposed to care? This show is so fucking bad. To the point where I don't know, it's getting NXT level boring, or it's even like, I don't want to say NXT level boring, I guess that's kind of harsh there, honestly. But it's certainly almost on the level of it. And the same thing with Raw, kind of. All shows are kind of like boring. We're seeing Raw, NXT, Dynamite. Dynamite's show this week was the best show of the whole week, by the way. According to Saturday night's main event, spoiler alert. The Smackdown and whatever you got involved with that. This whole year in 2025 is all money-grabbing ego bullshit from both companies. That's my thoughts on this for sure. This segment here is a C+. As the overall show for Friday Night SmackDown, October 31st, 2025, your Halloween edition of SmackDown, is also a C+. That is your Friday Night Suckdown, Halloween edition of SmackDown for for October 31st, 2025 review on this podcast. Moving on to WWE Saturday Night's main event, November 1st, 2025, was a Ghost Town backstage. Oh, boy, can't imagine what this is. It's obviously past Halloween, obviously. And the spoiler alert, obviously, you don't know about that. Obviously, it's now November. Typically speaking, backstage at a pro wrestling event is among the busiest places to be during the week. Not only are those dozens upon dozens of wrestlers in their area, but there are announcers, interviewers, producers, writers, executives, and various production staff also there. Likely mean there's upwards of hundreds of people backstage during a wrestling show. No shit. As such, it would leave it highly unlikely for any backstage environment to be described as a ghost town. And yet, that appears to have been the case this past Saturday for the WWE's latest edition of Saturday Night's main event. Fightful Select reports that the word coming out of the show was that the backstage area was in fact described as a ghost town. The reason for this is because WWE chose not to bring in many people for the show, thus preventing the normal influx of personnel backstage. This is kind of weird and bizarre, if you ask me. Like, what does this even mean? I don't even know what this fucking means. It's like legends like Jesse Ventura. Is Jesse Ventura even there? I'm yet to watch the whole show, Saturday Night's main event. I remember he was probably there in the main event, I would think, right? So I'm still yet to watch that main event with CM Punk and Jey Uso. So yeah, I know, I'm fucking very late to the party, I know. But seriously, who the fuck wants to watch the CM Punk and Jey Uso match for a world title nonetheless? I love Punk, I don't care about Jey Uso as a singles wrestler, I'm done with that shit, obviously. Whatever. This is one of these weird fucking ghost town backstage. Well, because it's Salt Lake City, Utah, like ghost towns? I don't fucking know, ladies and gentlemen. God knows, to say the least, to wrap up this segment on the podcast, to say the least. More red under the horizon, boys and girls, is Triple H, WWE Chief Content Officer, obviously. Details creative process of developing WWE storylines. I'm sorry, lack thereof storylines. Don't worry, AEW might have a small part with that too, but they're a little bit better, in my opinion. WWE CCO Paul Levesque, Triple H, obviously Levesque, has shared details about WWE's creative team operates, revealing that they plan storylines months in advance. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious, and it's alright. Already off to a laughing fucking joke here. Levesque recently talked to, get this, ladies and gentlemen, the All In podcast. Yeah, obviously AEW's biggest show of the year, pay-per-view, is All In, right? Now he's talking to the All In podcast. Gee, I wonder if he was talking to AI version of Tony Khan. I don't know. Maybe. That was just fucking, I saw this morning. And I laughed my ass off the podcast. Not because, no offense to y'all in podcasts, I don't know if they are, honestly. Just to name, talking to All In podcast. Now, obviously, AEW, All In. I just found that to be fucking funny. About the mindset that he and other WWE's writers have when it comes to stories they want to tell on screen. We tell stories, sure, bro. Less. And people within our business sometimes take this wrong. No, it's not wrong. Whatever, though. Whatever fits your bow, Mr. Bald McGee. We don't write the shows based on a thinking that'll be a great match. Sure you don't. Not that AEW is better, but obviously whatever, bro, whatever. We write it on the stories that we can create, the progenitus and the antulus, and how that works with each other. He said, telling stories can be resonate with the people that maybe they've experienced in their real life, or some type of fantastical version of that. Whatever fits your bout, Triple H. Triple H added that he and the rest of the creative team plans storylines in months in advance. Like I said, fucking laughable. Drawing parallels between WWE and very popular movie franchise. Yeah, like the kids like to call these type of segments of Triple H similar, obviously. You know about that. That's on Twitter and bullshit. And at the same time, he argued that WWE's creative process is not any way similar to that of the UFC. Meanwhile, he compares WWE mainstream to the UFC. He compares that to the UFC. So how the fuck does that make any sense, Mr. Triple Nose McGee? How does that make any sense to you, people? You saw a rumor online? He said it and I quote that? Like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about or even want to fucking know, obviously. Known as Bald Triple Nose McGee. You know, there's months of plan that go into stuff. We're looking now at WrestleMania in Vegas in April. Again, obviously. And what those matches are going to be and how we want to get there. What is the storyline arc that takes us over there over time? I would say we're much more akin to the Marvel universe. Marvel what year? 2000 or 2025? Which one, Hunter? I would like to know, honestly. Where you're planned out long term, where the movies fit and how they go with all the characters than we are. Direct MMA added Levesque. This guy cannot be a bullshit artist, even more than he is. Both promoters from both major companies in WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, and AEW, All Elite Wrestling, obviously, and Tony Khan, at least creative writers, obviously, the creative headlines of Triple H and Tony Khan, obviously. They're both fucking bullshit artists. Both freaking promoters are nothing but bullshit artists. That's what they are. When are you people going to get into your thick skull? Now, granted, I'm not saying AEW is that better. I never said it. It's just blame both Triple H and Tony Khan. But I think Triple H is taking the helms this week and comes to being the most bullshit artist in wrestling. I know Tony Khan likes to lie about shit, but still. This Triple H just lied right to your face here about we planned storylines long in advance. Like what? Like what? Did you plan to Night 2 WrestleMania 41 main event between John Cena and Cody Rhodes? According to Rock, probably not. Whatever, bro. Whatever. That's my thoughts on this for sure, I guess. Moving on to some AEW talk in this podcast. Update on MJF's film and schedule potential AEW return. Former AEW World Champion MJF hasn't been seen in All Elite Wrestling since losing in the tables and tax match against Mark Briscoe at the All Out pay-per-view event on September 20th, same date as obviously WrestlePalooza. The MJF said he was going to wait and prove himself and come back to a renewed focus, and he wants to be the man to dethrone the current AEW World Champion, Hangman Adam Page, which I do think that's going to happen soon or later when he comes back. It's probably the night of when he comes back, honestly. However, the real reason why he has been away from wrestling is that he is currently shooting another movie, and according to a recent report, it likely won't be the last. Sean West Sapp of Fightful Select has reported that MJF has almost finished filming his parts of the upcoming Violent Night 2, which is set to be released in December 2026. Oh wow, almost a year in advance. There you go. With that said, Sapp has also reported that the potential return date for MJF hasn't been confirmed, as it appears the former AEW World Champion has been truly bitten by the acting bug and is enjoying his blossoming acting career. But it's good for him. I definitely want to see that man back on television. One of the few major bright spots in AEW is MJF. This man's probably the face of the company. He's not even the world champion, obviously. But still, man, probably like Night Up. That could be honestly Full Gear. Like, maybe obviously got Samoa Joe challenging Hangman Adam Page at Full Gear. I would think that'd be the earliest, and probably better if he comes back at World's End. Because obviously a couple years earlier, like it was in 2023, I think it was, MJF lost his title there to Samoa Joe. And obviously with the Cold heel turn and everything else involved with the what would they call that? I forgot what it's called, honestly, but whatever. It was obviously botched by Tony Khan, obviously. Not that it was majorly Tony Khan's fault. The Adam Cole heel turn with obviously Roderick Strong, Wardlow, and guys like that. But seriously, I would think he'll cash in that Full Gear. He lost not Full Gear, World's End. He'll probably a World's End where he cashes in a Hangman Adam Page. That'd be honestly brilliant if you ask me. So we didn't find out what that is. Keep it updated when MJF and LB comes back to AEW and AEW television going forward, if you ask me. Moving on to AEW reportedly granted additional runtime for a special episode of Dynamite, to say the least, episode Dynamite. AEW is gearing up for Blood and Guts, an historic event due to addition of the women's match this year. And AEW Dynamite is reportedly getting some extra time for the event that night. According to Fightful Select, a reader from the outlet indicated that the special episode Dynamite is listed for another longer time. So on TCN or TSN in Canada. According to the reader, the show is listed for 2.5 hours. Go figure, obviously, Blood and Guts, obviously. Fightful Select reported at one of AEW source indicating that the Blood and Guts of the edition of Dynamite on November 12th will be an expanded episode. Fightful noted that the plans for the event changed due to Penelope Ford's injury. I don't know why that's the case. It'd be kind of weird, but the plans due to Penelope Ford's injury, of all people. Why would that be the case? If you change from 2.5 hours, 2 hours to 2.5 hours for Penelope Ford's injury, this sounds a little bit bizarre if you ask me. Maybe it's something I'm not forgetting to say at least. Though it said that nobody within AEW would confirm as much. That highly gotta be false if you ask me. To say the least, I'm looking forward to Blood and Guts match for the women's side of things. Not so much the men's side, we've seen obviously Blood and Guts for the last couple of years and everything. It's basically like their War Games match with WWE, which is kind of hilarious, and this is on November. And I got 4 basic War Games matches this year, both 2 women and 2 men, with AEW and WWE respectively. Now, granted, it's probably in the middle of the month of November compared to WWE, would take place in like Survivor Series at the end of the month of November, to say at least. But seriously, I'm looking forward to women's Blood and Guts match. Got Mercedes and Menninger involved there, my girl. You got Megan Bain on the heel side, and you got Thekla, Sky Blue, and also Julia Harvey was one side. And you got the women's side, you got Jamie Hayter, Chris Down, the reigning defending AEW Women's World Champion. You got Toni Storm, got girls like that, a couple of my Queen Aminata, I believe somebody as well. What else is involved with it? I don't know, honestly. I don't pay attention much collision, if you ask me. I am looking forward to Women's Blood and Guts, though, if you ask me. So I'm going to keep it updated on that going forward, if you ask me. It says AEW Blood and Guts, obviously, next week, honestly. Week from today, Blood and Guts, man. I'd be interested to say at least for that to say at least as well. Keep it updated on that going forward, in all honesty. And finally, your weeklies or daily segment of this podcast, the final thing to discuss on today's podcast. Your daily, my top 5 list here. My top 5 here, Bianca Belair, lovely Bianca Belair, Mr. Jillian Professional Wrestling. Matches of all time, especially my second favorite women's wrestler of all time, honestly. If not basically current day, but whatever, bro. Just love Bianca to death. Can't wait to see her back on Friday Night Smackdown, especially in terms of Jade Cargill, heel Jade Cargill against Bianca WrestleMania. Come on, man, sign me up for that one to say at least. Honestly, finish off with my top 5 favorite Bianca Belair matches, starting with number 5. A TV match, honestly, with Trouble Police for number 5. You got Bianca Belair versus Io Sky on Monday Night Raw on September 16th, 2024. My God, was this a bang? That's one of the better, probably, matches on all TV that year in 2024. As for a TV match, and 2 of the best in the world, probably 2 of the best women's wrestlers in that company, Io Sky and Bianca Belair. I mean, come on, man. This fucking can't get any better than that. Especially in a Raw episode, it's not even a main event. I don't know if it started the show then. I don't remember. It's been a fucking year, pardon me, I guess. I say at least, I fucking love this match. This match is one of my favorite TV matches probably of all time, honestly. I've watched wrestling since 2014, obviously. But that's the recent day of 2024, honestly. But Bianca Belair and Io Sky, 2 of my favorites, personally. I love Bianca even more so. I mean, Io's probably the best wrestler in that company, obviously WWE, but still. That is my number 5 set. Bianca Belair and Io Sky on Monday Night Raw, September 16, 2024. And top 4, gentlemen, please, number 4. Number 4, you have Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship at NXT TakeOver Portland 2020. First of all, the gear in general, but Bianca, the Black History Month gear, I was already sold on that before. That gear was just fucking A+++. Triple A+, honestly. That was just fucking, by far my favorite Bianca Belair. And she has a lot of phenomenal gears. Obviously, you don't know about this. She makes her own gears, obviously. To show you she has a talent in the brain and a talent in the ring as well. That's why I love Bianca. She's fucking incredible, bro. Either way you look at it. A generational talent for sure. You can't say I'm wrong with that. You really can't, especially women's wrestling right now. And this match in general was fucking great, too. I love Bianca. Rhea Ripley is always freaking good as well. Remember when people think about Rhea Ripley as Rhea Hogan, Rhea freaking whatever, honestly. But that was like different story in 2020 compared to Rhea Ripley common day. She was basically on a very fucking match like in that era of 2020. Even as NXT Women's Champion by then. But this match is fucking incredible, bro. One of my personal favorite Bianca matches of all time, obviously, is top 4 here. They ain't top 3. German Police number 3, 2-0. Yo, they gave me good at this one, boys and girls. German Police number 3, though. Number 3. I think it's probably number 1 for me, honestly, but still. You got Bianca Belair versus my girl, Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné, for the WWE Smackdown Women's Championship WrestleMania 37. Lucas, of historic match of 2 black women's wrestling ever main event of WrestleMania. That's not at least top number 2? No. First, the match was still good, very great, honestly. The right outcome having that main event, especially the opening match, you thought Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre should main event over this shit. I was like, you guys and girls gotta be fucking high. You gotta be high if you think not Rhea Ripley. You gotta be high for Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre match. Some main event over our first time ever historic match like Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Oh, you stupid fucking idiots, to say the least. How can you say the match is, I'm not gonna say it's better, it's probably one of the better matches that weekend, obviously. But I'm expecting a little bit better, yes. Like, maybe more time added to that match. That's Vince McMahon for you, though. That's Vince McMahon for you. Based the host of, obviously, WWE creative process back then, obviously. But still, I can't take away from the match and the right outcome, obviously, with this match. I'm none of the least right outcome in the main event with this. I personally wanted Sasha to win. I feel like she deserved it after all the years creating a pandemic on her back. But beggars can't be choosers, honestly. I love Bianca Belair. I remember how Sasha dropped it to the SummerSlam that year against Bianca. But obviously, Becky Lynch involved, obviously. But not that, but whatever. That's just my personal thing there. But obviously, I'm like a beggars can't be choosers. I love Bianca. I also love Mercedes. Obviously, this match is still great. Obviously, it's Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné. How could anybody complain about that? Especially being 2 of my favorites in the fucking world. But this match is fucking great. It's like a little bit better, yeah. Especially for a first historic match like this. This doesn't mean the match was bad at all. It's not even close to being bad. It's just a little bit shorter time, honestly. Whereas I feel like 20, it's like, 17 minutes this match took place? Like, come on, man. Why like 20 minutes at bare minimum? But that's Vince McMahon for you, if you ask me. Obviously, right outcome with this match actually taking place at main event, not Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. What fucking planet is that a WrestleMania main event? On what fucking planet? It's barely a fucking SmackDown main event at bare minimum. As a match standpoint. Come on, people. I can't believe that. I felt like slapping these people online just on the internet by then. Like, how fucking stupid can you be? Unbelievable. Whatever, bro. Our fits are about the IWC, the idiot delusional wrestling community. Let's just call them the IDWC community, it says. The idiot delusional wrestling community. Just tell me you don't like women's wrestling, I'll tell you don't like women's wrestling. That's number 3. It's not top 2, though, boys and girls, believe it or not. German Police, number 2. Number 2, we got a match following WrestleMania Bianca Belair in 38. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship, WrestleMania 38. Yeah, 2 years in a row, Bianca Belair is my favorite matches are in 37 and 38 WrestleMania. This match, I prefer it over Bianca and Sasha. I really do. I said it. Now, obviously, with historic involved in shit, like a historic event there, with about 2 black women in WrestleMania. I mean, this was the opening match of night 2 that year, 38. Yes, it's actually more historic matches involved with that, with Bianca and Sasha compared to Bianca and Becky. But still, man, I prefer the match here than Bianca and Sasha. It feels like these two got more time involved with their matches here. And plus, to finish the story, obviously Bianca Belair getting squashed in 8 seconds by Becky Lynch at SummerSlam the previous year. These are 2021, obviously. Don't get me started with that shit. I still, even though it's rectified WrestleMania here, I still didn't like the decision right down there either. Didn't like it there to say at least. But at least they rectified WrestleMania 38. I would give them credit due to there. And no, I wasn't blaming Becky. I was blaming Vince McMahon people. This match is fucking great. Fucking great was this match, to say at least. That's number 2. Nate, number 1, though. Jump please to number 1. Number 1 is Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the WWE Women's World Championship for this year, WrestleMania 41. I believe it's the last match Bianca Belair has had so far. Now she's out with a wrist injury, to say the least. And Io Sky ended that undefeated streak Bianca Belair had. She was what? She won at 37, 38, 39, 40. Now she was 4-0. But lost thanks to Io Sky. You had Rhea Ripley involved, but whatever. This match is fucking one of the only few matches I loved on this event. Then the 2 only matches I like another triple threat match is Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. Other than that, this WrestleMania sucked. And the main event between Cody Rhodes and John Cena for 41 of night 2 was icing on a cake of how bad WrestleMania was. Minus the 2 matches with this one here and also the other triple threat match as well. Other than that, there was not much to care about this WrestleMania. But this match, easily a match that you can change. It's probably the best women's match in the here all year. Whereas to be AEW, you get the point. Definitely, I'll say that for sure. And this match is fucking incredible. This got an A++ out of me. And for a women's match, I'm a guy myself, but I'm a fan of women's wrestling. When you do 3 of the best in the world in one match here for the World Title WrestleMania and they open the show night 2, I mean, come on, man. It's not better than beggars can't be choosers. I honestly, looking back at it, I read this one, main event night 1, Seth. You got Seth, and obviously he's Punk and Roman night 2. But then there's no title on line. That'd be kind of boring if you ask me about that, bro. This is obviously number 1 for me. Go to the list again. You got Bianca Belair, number 5, against Io Sky Raw, September 16, 2024. That's number 5. Number 4, you got Bianca and Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver Brooklyn 2020. Number 3, you got Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks for Smackdown Women's Championship WrestleMania 37. Number 2, you got Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch for Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 438. It's the following year. Number 1, you got Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky for Women's World Championship WrestleMania 41. That is my top 5 favorite Bianca Belair matches of all time. Let me know in the comment section what your top 5 Bianca Belair matches of all time as well. And always, I'll catch y'all later next time in this podcast. Hopefully, knock on wood. Not on this channel, but definitely a second channel, Lucas E. Allen. We'll be discussing also your recapping the 2025 NFL trade deadline acquisitions, obviously. But you should also I heard Quinn Williams got traded to the Cowboys for one first-round pick and a second-round pick. That's a big move for Dallas, honestly. I did the power rankings yesterday. And I was obviously published, obviously, everything else. And right after, of course, after I published and I said Logan Wilson's a big acquisition for Dallas, of course, to make a bigger one with Quinn Williams, obviously. It's like, oh boy, that aged like fucking spoiled milk, obviously. We're discussing all your trade deadline free caps and the second channel, Lucas Eon, for sure. And until next time, for this channel, all Spotify sales. Peace, love, right? I am out. Take care. Love you all big time, to say the least.